This is the takeaway move, but only the body as your focus. Remember, arms and club are an attachment to that. So the position of arms and club will be good if your body's good. So this is why you can practice this at home while the adverts are on telly. Right, nice turn. Here we go. That's your setup and takeaway position to here. Hi everyone, Murdoch here. Hope you're well. Now in this video I want to talk about how one thing can fix many things thereafter. It's all about finding the root cause. When I teach my clients, I want to make sure that I find that very thing that will make the biggest difference. The root cause fault. You only then have to work on one thing. The rest in that chain of events get fixed on their own. Now, the setup. This is where it starts for 95% of faults, maybe even higher percentage than that. That's why the pros work so hard on the practice ground with alignment sticks for ball position, feet, knees, hips. All these different shots they play will wreck their setup over the course of a 4-round tournament. So they're back, spending most time again retuning, just like a race car, retuning after 300 laps. The thing's trashed. They got to take it apart and rebuild it. For 9 out of 10 golfers, I had 2 just in my last 3 days I taught, where their faults stemmed from the setup. Now, my turn drill, I just want to refresh you again, and a lot of my videos now are variations of a theme if you've not noticed yet. I like working from impact backwards and really having a good 9.5 out of 10 setup if it isn't ever 10 out of 10. I want you to understand that the right knee and instep have to feel like they want to nudge the body kind of down your target line a bit. We've made that spine tilt back slightly. So when we do our turn now, feel pressure building on your right knee and instep, and your right hip will want to turn behind you gently. Low ceiling is a good thought. Remember, you've not got a club in your hands, you've got the help of a mirror. Nice gentle turn, feel pressure immediately building onto that right knee and instep as that right hip turns. Your left shoulder feels like it goes down. This is the takeaway move, but only the body as your focus. Remember, arms and club are an attachment to that. So the position of arms and club will be good if your body's good. So this is why you can practice this at home while the adverts are on telly. Right, nice turn. Here we go. That's your setup and takeaway position to here. Feel the pressure around the right knee and instep. All right, there's your load. As you continue on, you'll feel more of a strain on the right knee and instep. Stomach muscles tightening now. Lower back. Keep going. Pressure on the right knee and instep, about 60%. Gently extend your arms, and you find the 3/4 to half swing back, opposite right chest, right here. So just understanding the importance of the correct setup, the angle, the load point, still with no distraction of club in your hands, you can then simulate the feeling of a raw essence of the backswing as a general shape, a general overall feeling. And that's a kind of resistance here from the right knee and instep, the load point I call it, and you're turning, creating a wind. It's supposed to be difficult. But this will stop the sliding problem. If you feel like you're lateral, always struggling with mishits, both ground first or the top, poor hand action, chicken wing, that's a result of the body, in more cases than not, sliding. Hands have to sort of overcompensate for the lack of turning here. So there's the flip. At speed and with longer clubs, potentially duck hooks with the driver. So check your feet. If you're a little bit turned out with your feet, you can see how the weight can move to the outside of that right foot, and then you lose the ability to load on the inside. You have to come over the top to start your downswing. You as a golfer will never ever understand the concept of starting the downswing with the left hip, or your right elbow's not tucked into the side. You're not creating any lag. It'll be an observation where you see golfers in here holding an angle, right hip right elbow tucked to the right hip, you as a golfer will never be able to achieve that position if your feet are like this and the weight has moved in a lateral sense, so your right knee is above the right foot, perhaps even past it, and the weight's on the edge of your right shoe. You'll create this move. So maybe film yourself and take a little look. So likewise, pigeon-toed, if your golfer's like this, you might create the load point and go, damn, yeah, I'm finding really a lot of resistance going back, because you can see from the angle of your right foot and how it turns your right knee in, you can create a load point. But then on the through swing, can you see what's happened because of the left foot? It's restricting you. So again, you might find it really difficult, especially in later years if you're elderly and maybe a bit stiff in the right knee and right hip, poor rotation. Can you see how it's going to be a real struggle for you to turn? So you might find that you're quite restricted on the way through. Chicken wing kind of elbow position here. Might sky a few drives. So these are things that happen as a result of not setting up well or not understanding your anatomy. So once again, be so careful. And like I said, put the button down on the kettle. In that 3 minutes it takes to boil, you can perform a real good one of these. Waiting for the phone to ring, waiting for that meeting in the office. Untuck your shirt, right? Tread on somewhere where there's a bit of stability, so you're not on hardwood floor and leather-soled shoes, and you can kind of perform one of these in the elevator going up to the 80th floor. So there's opportunities for you as you just think about it. You can kind of sew it into your muscle memory. So set up well. That spine tilt now, away from my target, as I make a turn, can you see how I'm naturally going to be behind the ball? Now, depending on the club I'm using, driver, can you see how my spine tilt's a little bit more exaggerated because of the slightly wider stance? The ball will be further forward. I'm now behind my wall I refer to. The wall and my plumb bob drill. So you can start to see, again with no club in hand, you can start to see with the shape of my body, and you've watched golf on TV, you can understand that pros, 9 out of 10 of them, maybe more, are passing through a very similar position. Can you see? You can feel the discomforts. Don't go, oh gosh, that can't be right. Yes, it can. Remember, golf pros practice 8 hours a day to make it look natural. You're now understanding what you'll enjoy because it gives you such a rewarding strike and golf shot. This is why it's a hard game. Body is fighting discomforts. So here you go. Can you see? I got my left cheek pointing back. There's my hips cleared. There's my shoulders angle. Add the pretend invisible club, and can you see? There's my elbow tucked in. Because the hip is open, as I come down, that creates lag. You can just see how it's impossible not to, just like throwing, right? Leverage, hip turning, throwing. You start watching baseball on TV, my American friends here, and you can see the different points to be able to release that baseball at speed, the pitcher, creating the load, the sort of step in, and then finally the throw. I'm no baseball player, so please don't comment down below to say how that sucked. But you get my point. So again, not even a club in hand, and I've already got the feeling on the day where I can be confident in a good setup, creating my first discomfort, the load point. It's always going to be a struggle. We're winding that spring, remember? So then we can unwind it. That gentle transition as you can start to feel how the weight pushes off the right side in an effort to clear the left. We're committing to the strike, so we're below our low ceiling. We're thinking of that lovely contact. Bang, that's our goal as a golfer. Commit. Strike it before we worry about the outcome. So that helps us stay in these angles, right? It helps us stay there to hit. So performing these drills without a club are so important because you need to get confidence in your ability and your limitations to know that you're capable of making a swing. That's how you get confidence, understanding your range of motion and your ability to perform the swing position you're after. And I've already done the drill, right? So I know what to expect. I haven't had a distraction in my hand. So as I add back the 8-iron here, which is the club closest to me that feels like I'm in this position, right? 7-iron, not so much. 8-iron is perhaps more so for me, but you're all slightly different. 7, 8-iron, sometimes a 6-iron for you, depending on arm length. Now I'm in that position. So I'm now soft with the arms, right? That's why golfers waggle. There's no tension here. I'm thinking, right, well, that takeaway, right knee and instep is the feeling that I felt. Here, there's the takeaway. So as you can start to see, these are observations now. You can see right arm on top, hands just down the line. Here I am. Then I keep turning, focusing on that feeling because there it is, so prominent. As I go back, there's my right chest position. The hinging happens now, depending on the shaft length. So you are, I'm just following my hands on shoulders drill, focusing on right knee and instep, loading in, and there's my right chest position. Momentum takes me further and so does shaft length. Then starting down, the sort of clearing. You can just see how you can create lag there before you fire into the ball for strike. So don't overthink things. It's so easy to go down the rabbit hole, I say, and start worrying about fluff. Positions that are a result of something greater than that happened before. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. It's going to take a bit of a tough edit, this one, I think. Try and keep it manageable length. But please, hope you enjoy it. Comments down below. Thanks for watching as always. I really enjoy my subscribers' comments. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.